Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Everything Happens for a Reason podcast. So I have a new guest with me today, Leah.
Hi.
She feels a little bit scared to introduce herself, so I'll do the introduction for her.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm put on the spot. Yeah.
I'm really joking. I'll give you a couple of pointers. So we're actually from basically the same area back home, which is mental, but we met out in Dubai.
Yep.
She's an online coach. Confidence coach is your brand name, isn't it?
Yep.
And what made you go with that brand name? Have you always been the confidence coach, or was that like rebranded recently?
I was rebranded 2023 as a confidence coach. So I used to be Leah Clark coaching. And then I think just through like my own journey, like I've always previously struggled quite a lot with like my self-confidence, self-worth, and sort of through my fitness journey, that's something that I really developed. So I thought that whenever I was doing a sort of like rebrand, I just thought that I'd kind of outgrown the name Leah Clark Coaching. And I was like, okay, like what is something that's so valuable to me? And that is obviously helping women feel their most confident selves. So yeah, the name just dawned on me one day and I was like, Leah, the confidence coach.
I feel like everybody sort of starts off with just like their name, coach, you know, and then that's the thing. I feel like a lot of people, especially now, are maybe going into coaching and they expect to know what their niche is going to be.
Yeah.
You have to work with everybody, and like you said, go through your own experiences to actually realize what you're going to enjoy working with the most. Because like with me, my coaching is all really based like food freedom, sort of relationship with food, and that's just because that's my personal experience. Like I couldn't identify myself as a fat loss coach necessarily because that's not where my expertise lies. You know, like fat loss is obviously a byproduct for girls, but it'll all come from their relationship with food and that side of things. But do you only work with women?
I only work with women, I have had a few men ask me to coach them in the past, but nah, just women for now, definitely.
I used to PT guys and
did
girls
you?
as well years ago.
How did you find that?
Fucking hated it. Hated it.
Yeah,
that's why
I just don't think I can't imagine myself doing like a meals check-in. Like, I don't know.
What are you looking for? Do you know
what are you looking for? A 6-pack?
Literally though, because it was whenever I was PT, and so it was more like in-person sessions, but I just couldn't resonate with them.
No.
And now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing against it, because I know so many women that do coach men and they love it. Like a lot of people say that men are actually easier to work with from the perspective of they're so goal orientated and stuff like that. Whereas I feel I like I wouldn't even say working with women is a challenge, but like down to simple things like your cycle, hormones, all of that. Like I relate to them a lot more.
Yeah, you can get down into like the nitty gritty and sort of know like maybe why they're feeling that type of way. Whereas men, overall they would say they're more like goal driven or like more determined or more like disciplined in a way, but that genuinely is just because like women don't go like this the whole month. Like and men literally do. So
that's the thing, because men work on a 24-hour cycle, right? Their hormones just reset, whereas we go through a fucking roller coaster. Like.
Up, down, I know.
As you know today.
Literally, I know. Oh my gosh, guys, having a great day.
Talk to us, what's been going on?
Oh my goodness, so out here this is my second last day in Dubai, so I'm going to move, which is very, very exciting. So all very big things happening. But I've been out here for 3 weeks. I obviously came out and met you at the start of November whenever we were at the mastermind. And just had a really good time. I've always been out here, like any other time that I've been out here, I've genuinely loved it. And I've always wanted to move, and I've always just put it on the back burner, being like, oh no, I think in my head I was like, oh, like that's surely not a real lifestyle, like so superficial. And then something was just so different about the last time. I was just like, do you know what? I just loved it so much. And I was like, no, like, you know, whenever you just know that you're meant to do something. And I feel like I've been quite not unhappy for a while, but unsettled, we'll say. Like I just have been at home, like I've just like I bought the house, I like had the like dream car, like have the dogs, like had the life, and I just feel like I just still wasn't content, and I'm just like there's just something that is just not quite there for me. So I think whenever I came out in November, like it really opened my eyes to be like, no, actually, I think this is where I'm supposed to be. Obviously, you know I extended my trip like 2 days.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, obviously I had a nightmare travel coming over, but so I was like, you know, I've kind of lost a day or two. So I was like, I'm going to extend it. came back home for like 2 weeks, and I was like, yeah, frig this, like get me out of here again. So that's why I came back out for 3 weeks, because I was like, okay, I either wait to the new year and then just pack up ship and leave completely, or I go out and I trial it, I see if I like it, which was the idea of coming out for 3 weeks. So yeah, I cannot believe I'm at the end of the 3 weeks. It's crazy. So yeah, I feel like having a bit of a minty bee today, because I'm like, I've got to go home to like reality as such. But I'll be back soon. So
but this is the thing, like reality is what you make of it though, right? And I was very much so the same though, because obviously I did something very similar to you. I came out and then I left. I came out then by myself and sort of like just seeing what it was like to actually live here, and then I had to go back because I was in prep at the time for the show. And I remember like I was in mixed emotions, because I was excited for the show, but also I was dreading the thought of coming back or going back. And I literally went home and I already had my flight booked, and I was like, to come back here. I was like, visa, everything needs sorted in this time. And you know what? Work quite well. Put yourself under pressure, because then you don't have a fucking choice.
Yeah, 100%. You know, I actually was looking at flights last night. I was like, right, okay. I was like, could I come out in this date? I'm trying to figure out like the earliest date that I can come out. I've got a friend's hen party in February, so to be honest, if it wasn't for that like specific hen party, I probably would be coming out in January. Or I mean, if I really wanted to, I could probably come back out in January, go back in February, but then it would be a lot of back and forth.
It is a lot.
But yeah, very exciting times ahead. But I think whenever you first come out here, you do have that perception of it being like superficial, and you feel like people live like fake lives essentially. But like since I've been out here, I've just been doing such normal things. Like you just work. It's just a nicer way of life. Like you work, you chill, like go and see your friends, or sometimes you don't. You go to the gym. Like you literally just do like what you would do at home. But in a better way.
100%. And that's what I was gonna actually ask you. Like, do you feel now that you've been here longer that Dubai is actually so superficial?
No, not at all.
It's who you surround yourself
with. I honestly think it's the opposite. I've made deeper like connections friendship wise out here than I have like
ever.
Yeah, honestly. And that's one thing that really shocked me, because I've been out here a couple of times and like I haven't like really like interacted with that many people. So like whenever I came back out in November and I made like such good connections whenever I was here, I was like, God, this, like it really is so different compared to like how people, or what you maybe see on like TikTok or like any social media.
Yeah, because I was the same, because I went to Bali originally and I said I'll go back to Bali, and everybody told me that like, because then I was like, I'll come out to Dubai for a bit, and everyone was like, you're gonna hate it, like that flashy lifestyle. I've never been about that, like I don't care for that. And they were like, you are gonna hate it. And I came out here, I'm like, nobody has flashed their lifestyle at me yet. Do you know what I mean? Bar, like there's obviously do you remember that guy the other night?
Oh my goodness. No, I am sorry. Jump scare.
Yeah. Literally, there is obviously the odd person with more men flexing how much money they have, but it was so funny. Yeah. We were literally having a conversation over dinner, and he came over, and in the space of like 2 minutes he told us he works in real estate, he lives in downtown. I was like, we didn't even ask.
He was waiting on his friend. He had 30 minutes to kill. So could he? Did me and you want to have a drink with him? And I was like, I was just looking at you like, what? We were drinking Coke Zero. I was like, and do you know whenever something you get put in such an uncomfortable situation? Like I nearly like froze. I was just looking at you, and you were looking at me, and I was like, And then whenever he said about the drink, we were just like, no, we're okay, thank you. He must have felt wounded after that, to be fair, but I'm sorry. You know what though?
I feel like this happens to us a lot, because that day on Cade Beach as well.
Oh my goodness. Do you remember him? That was so strange.
Yeah, that was strange as hell.
Do we give off? I don't know. Maybe it's the Irish energy together. I don't know. But it was so strange.
Yeah, but he said we were from London or something, didn't he?
Yeah. We just turned around and man was following us.
Literally, he was not actually following us, like, but he was just walking beside us. Started a conversation, then told us to go to Saudi and make sure that we bring jumpers. Yeah. I was like, what is? And he just kept walking and walking and walking. Yeah. I'm like, at what point do you kindly tell somebody to please
leave? I know, without being rude as well.
And then my friend rang, that was like the lifesaver. I'm like, oh wait, we have to run.
Oh my goodness, that's actually hilarious.
But yeah, no, like the superficial lifestyle, it is completely who you surround yourself with, you know. But that's the thing, like, so like 90% of Dubai is expats, so it's actually people coming in, and obviously like the UK and that side of things is such a big chunk of that. So when you look at it from that perspective, like to whatever people consider normal people, Dubai is just full of normal people coming together. And like you do, like your friends are your family here.
That's what I was just about to say.
that's why you have to build, like, I feel like connections are so much more intentional here, whereas at home, like, you run into somebody at the bar and you're like, oh, you look cute, you look beautiful, bye, love your lipstick, and you never speak to them again. Whereas here you could have such like a surface level conversation with somebody, but I just feel like the conversations are different here.
So different.
Like, you'll always talk some sort of business or like who you know or connections. Like, everybody's really, really willing to help here, whereas back home it would be the polar opposite.
I think at home though, everyone's very small-minded, which is why, and I think not maybe just Northern Ireland in particular or Ireland as a whole, but like I think a lot of the UK are quite small-minded as well. So I think like coming out here, everybody wants to see you do better for yourself. Everybody wants to see you do well. Like if you were to put two coaches in a room at home compared to two coaches,
kill each other.
They would have horrible things to say about each other, or they'd be so nice to each other's faces and then leave and say bad things behind their back. Whereas out here, it's like all coaches are like such good friends. They're like, well, okay, well, this is working for me. This is working for me. Like, you should try this. You should try this.
Exactly.
So different. And I think, from being at home for so long and being in the coaching industry for like 6 years now, like that's just something like that I've not been used to. And I even find myself so much more productive when I'm out here. Like I want to get up. I want to like get up early, go to the gym, get ahead of the day, because like being 4 hours ahead here is like great. You feel like you can really get ahead of the day before everybody in the UK wakes up. But and I just feel so much more productive. I want to do better, whether sort of at home, the weather,
you get comfortable,
you get so comfortable as well.
Absolutely. And that's one thing, and that was my biggest reason for moving here as well, because I realized who I was when I was here, and I loved her so much more than I loved the girl at home. You know, like down to simple things, and like obviously not everybody has the same opportunities as us, but waking up and the sun shining, you want to, like you said, get up and get out the door, go for a walk, you know, grab a coffee. At home, like I spent the whole summer at home, and that was summertime, and it's meant to be like nicer weather. I honestly went outside like 3 times,
literally.
Do you know what I mean?
It's so bad,
but you get comfortable at just sitting in your own space, and it can be, I feel like for our jobs it's so isolating. Whereas here, like, put it this way, like, do you think me and you would be friends if we met at home?
Probably not.
No. Like, and that's not even in a weird way. It's just,
we probably would have seen each other, met each other, and then never contacted each other again.
Exactly. Because it's not normalized to actually like build relationships with people.
Not at all. Or like
that are in the same field. Like, you're my competition essentially. You know.
100%.
And that's the way people at home would view it. Whereas now we literally come in and like, well, how'd your sales call go? Did you do, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's so different.
It is a complete different way of life out here, just as a whole. I think the whole sort of it being superficial and like negativity, I don't get it at all.
She loves it.
I love it.
Bike,
well, be right back.
We will do an update in February when she's
literally
this is holding
sit
you
me back here
accountable.
in February. Literally, I know. Exciting times.
No, I love it. And I suppose if we rewind back, like from a coaching perspective, how did you get into it in the first place?
So, do you know, it's actually really funny. If you would have told me this time, like say 7 years ago, that I would be sat doing what I do now, I would have laughed in your face. Like, I hated the gym, hated anything fitness, like was really in quite a like toxic negative mindset with food and myself in general. So I guess I actually talked about this on a podcast that I did the other day. If you go back to sort of whenever I went to college, I did sport and exercise science. Don't know why, because I was like, I never wanted to do anything fitness. I wanted to be a PE teacher. So I was like, right, okay. So because I kind of liked sport and stuff at school. So did that at college before I went to uni. Went into one of my classes one day, and it was just when Snapchat had just came out, you know, like that. Or it must have been out a while, but you know, whenever it was rife, like everybody was using Snapchat. Yeah. I remember I'd put like a Snapchat story up the night before in like, must have been a pair of leggings or something. And one of the guys in the class said to me, I actually never realised how big your legs are. Like, your legs are like tree trunks.
Holy shit.
And I would never have been like overly insecure at all. And I would probably would have said I would have been like a size 10, 12. So like I wouldn't have even said, like, I wasn't massive.
You weren't overweight.
And I remember like one comment, like, and I was like so taken back by it, so embarrassed. So I was like, right, that's it. So from that day, I literally went on the like maddest diet. I only ate like my breakfast in the morning. I walked everywhere. I did like 25,000 steps a day. I only ate a packet of chicken from M&S at lunchtime. With
precisely M&S, nowhere else.
M&S, like literally precisely M&S, with a skinny latte and whatever my mum made for dinner at home. And that was all I ate, like all day, every day. And that must have lasted maybe about, I would say I did that for like 3 months, and I went from like a size 10, 12 to like a size 4, 6. Like, I mean, so I don't actually suit being that thin. I looked sick. My legs literally went to like the size of my pinky. I was tiny. And I remember I was getting so many compliments being like, you've lost so much weight. Like, you look great. Like, you look amazing. And obviously
it gets to your head, doesn't it?
Literally. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I need to keep this going. So this was just before I went to uni. So went to uni, was still sort of very much in that mindset. Because I started to get more compliments, I was like, right, okay, I don't really need to do anything anymore. I can kind of just try and like wind it in a little bit, because it was getting to the point where I was really tired. I had no energy. Like, my hair and everything like was so unhealthy, so thin, breaking. So I started to eat a little bit more and like was able to sort of maintain where I was at. Went to uni. Obviously the uni lifestyle, you're out drinking 24/7. Like, I have never lived away from home, so it was wild. I was going out 3-4 times a week, then I was hungover, then I was eating McDonald's, then I was eating meal deals, then I was lack of sleep. So I very quickly gained the weight back on again. Okay. And then got into a relationship whenever I was at uni, and just got really, really comfortable. But the relationship ended quite toxically, and I remember then being by myself for the last couple of years living in Liverpool, and I was literally like such a big comfort eater, because I was so used to having someone there all the time, or like a couple of my friends have moved home and stuff as well, so like I was kind of one of the last ones to live there. So I would have this was whenever I was finished uni, I would have went to work and then came back and like just like got into a really bad routine of like comfort eating, like just genuinely finding comfort in nothing apart from food. So I'd gained quite a bit of weight back on then. Tried to lose it, tried to hire a PT, literally hated the gym so much, like I mean like used to cancel the sessions all the time. And then I just was not in a great headspace at all, so I was like, right, okay, I think it's time, like I need to move home. Like, I just like Liverpool just wasn't doing it for me anymore, so moved home. Obviously really hated the way I looked. So my mum and my aunt are both coaches as well.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So my aunt was a coach first, and then my mum became a coach. So I remember my mum saying to me, she's like, your like degree's in sport and exercise science, like why don't you like go into coaching? I was like, well, didn't need my degree for that, but like I was like, I still wanted to go back and do my teaching, because I was taking a year out. I was meant to do it there and then, but my head just wasn't in the right place. So I actually got into the gym with my mum and just like sort of kind of liked it, like sort of liked how I felt. And then I would say I was maybe in the gym about 4 or 5 months, and I started to develop like a really like such a healthy relationship with food, with myself, with training, and started to slowly become a little bit more confident. And that generally just came from me like doing consistent like steps, like just
showing up for yourself.
So I got to like 4 or 5 months later, and I remember thinking to myself, like, if I came from where I was to where I am now, and I would never in a million years have imagined me to get there, like surely other women that are struggling with the same things like can do the same. And I think with the whole aspect of me wanting to be like a teacher, it was kind of still the aspect of helping people. Like that's what I love doing, that's what I'm passionate about. So that's why I was like, right, okay, maybe I will give coaching a go. So then I was working in a like an office job at the time, and got made redundant because COVID hit, and I had no choice but to just go all in on coaching. So then I went all in on coaching, and it's been a journey, but here we are now 6 years later.
I love it. I love it. And isn't it scary how one person commenting on the way you look or like saying something about you can have such a massive impact on your life?
Bad. I like, and I had a complex about my legs, I would say up until maybe about 1.5 years ago. Like, I've been very, like, even though I would still say I would have labeled myself quite a confidence person from whenever I started coaching, like, there were still obviously those things in the back of my head being like, goodness, like, could I be a coach? Because, like, I would have, like, more of an hourglass figure where I would have, like, a bigger bum, bigger legs, like, smaller waist, and that's just my shape, and that's what I suit best. But I think I was always so hard on myself, and it's all because of that one comment that man made, like, whenever, not even man, boy made, whenever I was only literally like 17 years of age. Like, it's crazy to think, like, and I'm now coming 29.
What age are you, Leah?
I'm 28, I'm coming 29. Oh my goodness, why was that so hard? so yeah, it was over 10 years ago, and it's crazy.
It still affects you 100%. And I feel like that's so scary when you think about it like that, because essentially that gives him the power of some sort. Do you know what I mean? Because I was the same. Like me growing up in school, I was always the skinny girl, but I never had a bad relationship. Like, I ate what I wanted to fucking eat.
Yeah.
I exercised, not even exercise. Like, I would have played some sports and stuff. I didn't really get into the gym initially, but like, I would have been active because I enjoyed being active, you know, that sort of way. Like, it was never about, let's see how skinny I can get. And then all I would get in school is like, oh my God, you should eat a burger. You should look at your legs. Like, just wee comments like that. And like, in my head, it baffles me, because it's like you saying, like, you lost so much weight and everybody was commenting on how good you looked, when you know you didn't look good and it didn't suit you, and you were so small and petite. Like, people really, really tend to compliment people who are super skinny, and like, or they would comment more on people being super skinny. You know, and that's where it started for me. So then I started the gym because I was like, that comment on my legs was the same, like, but my legs look like fucking twigs. And don't get me wrong, they weren't fucking wrong, like, they did look like twigs, but I was never self-conscious about it. You know,
until someone points it out.
Exactly.
That was the exact same as me. This is what I was saying though, again, the other day whenever I was doing another podcast, I was saying, you wouldn't turn around to someone and say you look, well, obviously that guy did say to me about my legs, but like, you wouldn't turn around to someone and be like, oh my goodness, like, you look so fat today. So why would you turn around and say you look so skinny today? Like, people don't realize like what like mental battles people are going through, and that's why I always say, like, you should really be kind to absolutely everyone, because you have no idea like what they're going through.
100%.
And you need to be so careful in the way that you like comment someone and say they're pretty, say they're gorgeous, say you like their outfit, like say something like that, or say, you know, they're looking really well. Like, you don't need to specifically say, oh, like, you look really skinny, or like, you look, do you know what I mean? You wouldn't say you look really fat. So like, I think it's,
but it's like people saying like, oh, you look so much better with more weight on as well. Like,
I got that after competing a lot.
Oh, did you compete?
Yeah, I competed.
No, I didn't know.
I can. God, that's. Yeah, whenever I was saying my journey was a bit up and down whenever I first started coaching. So my aunt competed, my mom's competed, and I thought like at the time, like, that's the only way to be an established coach was to compete.
Yeah, okay.
So did it at the complete wrong time. So I did it not even a year into my coaching journey, and went on a really, really like heavy prep. And it completely ruined my relationship again with food, because obviously I was already using it as a comfort blanket, and then I restricted for so long. And then it kickstarted the binging again quite bad. So it took me I would say a good year and a half to come back out of that again. But again, if I look back at photos now, I remember like after the prep thinking I was massive, and I was literally probably only like 2 kg up or 3 kg up. But everybody, see, whenever people would have said to me like, you look so much better with like a bit of weight on you, like I remember my nan saying to me, oh, like, you're getting your bum back, like, love that, like, blah. And I remember just being stood in her kitchen being like, I'm so fat. Like, like, it does, literally.
It gets to your head completely. And like, even when you're on prep, I feel like people need to realize, like, especially for me at the time, like, everybody was almost commenting on that. They're like, oh, you're far too small, you look disgusting, like, why are you losing so much weight? I'm like, you need to realize that we are actually doing it for a purpose. Like, I'm not going on stage, like, I don't think I fucking look good that shredded, you know what I mean? But it is mental how much it fucks with your head though, because at the time I thought I looked the way I do now.
Oh my goodness.
Do you know what I mean?
Crazy.
Like, I could not see it. And now when I look back on those videos, I was like, ooh, she was small. Do you know what I mean? Like,
tiny.
It is mental, because when you're in it, you just have such tunnel. Even on any prep though, I feel like we as women especially don't actually ever see ourselves for the way we are. You know, well, if we gain weight, sometimes you feel like you gain a lot more than you actually did. If you lose weight, then you don't actually see how much you've lost, essentially, and you do get stuck in that almost like fucking limbo of never proud but never satisfied, you know?
Yeah, I do definitely think that it's so hard to, I always say I would love to see myself like through somebody else's eyes, because you never see like how you actually look, really. Do you know what I mean? You always have like a mixed perception of yourself. So it definitely, I think, and I always say this to my clients all the time as well, because again, it's like body dysmorphia is a real thing. Like, people think, they're like, oh, I don't look great. And then I'll like send them their photos side by side, and they're like, oh my goodness, like, I never realized that. So it's so hard for you to see your own progress and see your own, I've always found it hard though to even see my own accomplishments in life too. Like, I would find it, like whenever people, I'm not great at taking compliments. Whenever people are like to me, oh God, like you've done so well for yourself, or like, I'm like, have I? Like,
but you know what it is? I feel like it's because you're always striving for more. Because I'm the exact same. Like sometimes I really have to grind myself and be like, Aiste, sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. Do you know what I mean? Because like the life I live now, running my own business from a laptop. I can work here if I want to. I can work, I don't know, on a plane if I want to. Do you know what I mean? It makes no difference. I always wanted to live in a city in nice weather. Like. And now when I'm in it, I'm like, I should be doing this. I should be doing more.
I'm not earning enough. I don't have enough clients.
You know, like...
Not doing enough content.
It's completely like a limiting belief. And sometimes I literally have to strip it back and be like, 2 years ago, like you would have trained for this. This is exactly what you were working towards. And I feel like it's so easy to get stuck in that cycle because you're always looking for more, which is not a bad thing, but it's also a really toxic thing.
100%. Yeah, I guess that's one thing you do need to work on as a person, like yourself. Like it's what I always say. It's like for me, I really do need to do a bit of work on like being able to acknowledge like my own accomplishments, because I think until you're able to do that and celebrate where you've been and how far you've come, it's so going to be like, you're like, when's it ever going to be enough?
Exactly.
Like where's the limit at?
100%, and that's what it comes down to, doesn't it? Because then you'll never be happy. Like I've been chasing this life that I'm living right now because I thought this was going to make me happy, and don't get me wrong, I'm so content and I love my life and I'm always grateful for it, but I am looking for more, and I'm like, I should be doing this, I need to start this, here's the next best thing. I'm like, how many next best things is there going to be? Do you know what I mean? Like at some point you just have to be like, you know what, I am actually content here for now. Something might creep up because we're not getting fucking younger, Leah.
No, I know, literally though. It's so true though. I mean, because what age are you?
I'm 26.
Oh, you're younger than me.
Sorry.
Oh, so annoying. Yeah. 20, yeah, I am 29 coming. Geez, why did I find that so hard? 29. So yeah, I'll be 30. So I'm 29 May coming. So then the following year I'll be 30. So Vegas.
Yeah, that's the next big thing, isn't it?
That'll be great. Yeah, we'll strive for Vegas. But yeah, I know. I guess like I know so many women like in their 30s as well though that like still are figuring it out, or they're still. Do you know what I mean?
What it is. So like I feel like in the position that maybe you're in right now, like a lot of people will be looking at you and your life and be like, she's got her shit together.
Oh my
goodness. She's got the house, she's got the job, she's got the dogs. Do you know what I mean? Like they're looking at you and they're like, this is it. But it just shows that like even for yourself, like you're like, no, well, this is not the life that I want to settle for. Like I want more from life. And like one of my friends as well, she actually lives here, and like she was the same. Like they had the family, everything back home. They had a house bought, everything, and they literally just moved their whole life over here. And it's so scary because you know,
scary.
In that, like I feel like a lot of people are chasing the feeling of being settled.
Yeah.
You know, and whatever that means, like for some people that means relationships, for other people family, for other people jobs. Like it looks different for everybody, but I feel like everybody's chasing that, and it's like whatever life you have, for some people that's like, oh, that's what I want because that's gonna make me feel settled. And then you see people in their 30s 40s and they're still chasing that because they don't actually know where it's going.
Because I actually have friends at home that are so content living at home. Love it. Live for it. Live for like the country, like the slow lifestyle. Like they're obsessed. They love it, and it's like my idea of a worst nightmare. Which is crazy, but like that's like I'm so happy that they love that. Do you know what I mean? But like I've just never been able to like feel settled or feel at home, which is mad. Like in your own home country, like you just, and I've tried to do it so much. Like whenever I first moved home from uni, I always was like, I am not staying here. Like see you later, no way. Obviously COVID hit, just ended up staying. And I just like I've always had this feeling of like, so I've like then I've moved house, then I've like bought a house, then I've like tried to travel more. Like I've tried to do all these things to make me feel more content at home. And it wasn't until I was actually back out here like in November where I was like, actually no, I'm actually content here. Like I want to be here.
I want to be here 100%. And do you feel like you've had that itch for a while? You've just been trying to push it down?
So long. I've had that itch. I've had this itch for a couple of years now, and I would say I've had this itch before I even first came to Dubai. I always knew I wanted to move abroad. I just didn't know where. And I first came out to Dubai so not April past, the April before that. And then, so I came out that April, then I came out the November, then I came out again this November, and then obviously I'm back out again, obviously at the moment.
Yeah.
But I tried to suppress that itch by just going on loads of holidays the whole year. So
you feel like you're away.
Yeah, I honestly, so I've been, okay, so January I went to Amsterdam, February I went to Paris, March I went to Malaga, April did I go anywhere? May I went to Orlando and Miami, June I went to Mallorca with the girls. I also went to visit my brother in Canada. Didn't go anywhere in July. I went to Ibiza in August. Did I do anything in September, October? September I went to Rome. October I didn't go anywhere. I did a few like UK trips, and then came back. I came out here in November. It's like that. Like that's how much I've tried to escape reality. Like that. Like I'm like that's honestly it. And I like people always say to me, they're like, "Why do you go on holiday so much?" And I'm like, why not? Why would you want to?
I have free will.
Literally. One thing I will say though about being an online coach is people do think we live the life of Riley.
Oh, it's fucking mad.
And don't get me wrong, it's great that we can travel and make money and work anywhere, but people don't see
that we work on these fucking holidays.
You don't like the only time off that I take in a year is over a Christmas period, and it's only a few days, and then. You know, the likes of whenever you're away, like people don't see you being up at like 10 p.m. for sales calls, or being up at like 6 a.m. to take them, or doing your check-ins like at 5 a.m. so you can enjoy the rest of your day. And yes, whilst that's still a luxury, people don't see the hard work that goes in behind like closed doors.
100%. And you know what? I feel like a lot of people, that's why there's so many coaches or people trying to be coaches now, because they see like a luxury lifestyle, but they don't actually realize what comes behind the scenes. Like when I started working, like I had a job and I done my PT. Like with that, I used to go from one job into the next one. Then I done PT and online. Like I was in the gym for 6 and I wasn't leaving the gym till 10 p.m. that night.
I was exactly
in between doing like online coaching and everything else. So like people don't see the amount of work that actually goes in it. And I'm the same as you. Like, yeah, I'm so grateful that this was my dream, like in terms of being able to work and travel. But like people be like, oh, how are you going away for a month at a time? Or like you're always on holidays. I'm like, but it's not a holiday because I try to enjoy that little bit of time off, but if I have a busy day, I'm not leaving that hotel room because I can't.
Literally,
like work is always going to come first from that perspective, you know. So you win some, you lose some in that situation, you know.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree.
But I couldn't be working for somebody and asking them to let me go to fucking Spain this weekend.
Absolutely not. No way. I could do what
asking for a pee break, like
I could never ever go back to working for someone. I hate being told what to do.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem, is I hate being told what to do. Like literally, I don't respond well. I'm just such an independent person. I'm like, no,
I don't do it.
I don't respond well to being told what to do. I don't know. I've never liked it at all, and I've always known that I'm meant to be my own boss. So like, I just obviously transpired how it has now, which I'm very very grateful for. But yeah, people definitely don't see all the work that you put in, and also the fact that we haven't just blown up all of a sudden as coaches. Like we have had to put the hours in, like you say, in the gym. Like I was the exact same whenever I was doing the gym, doing the online. Trying to transition it fully to online was bloody hard.
It took me, I would say, like I started online in COVID because I didn't have a choice. I think the second lockdown, but after that I think it was like a year and a half. But I mean, that year and a half, it's the most I've ever grafted in my entire life. Like, which is a long time. Like, and now people are just starting up online coaching. I was like, how do you do that?
The market's really saturated now.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. But a lot of people are trying to become coaches, but it's so short-lived for the reason being that they feel like it's all coaches are moving to Dubai. They're making so much money. No, like we are out here living our normal lives, driving fucking shitty cars and looking at the prices of our groceries. Do you know what I mean? It's not like just such a luxury. We just have the freedom because we've built that freedom for ourselves. Whereas I feel like a lot of people are now coming into the market expecting that without realizing the backlog that comes behind it as well.
Expecting it without putting the work in on their end. Yeah, that's very true. I think as well, people don't see how much like some coaches like invest into themselves as well, with the likes of like mentorships and like you know, like always like constantly learning and wanting to better themselves. And I think the coaches that are doing that are the ones that are the best in the game, because obviously if there's people that aren't like willing to learn and they're just sort of like stuck in like their old ways, there's only so far you can go, like with like the the knowledge that you know so far.
100%. And I used to be like that too, because I like, not even I used to be like that. I was never opposed to mentorships, but I was like, oh, but what I'm doing like is working.
Yeah.
And it does work for some time, but like the market is changing so much. Like you said, it is becoming more saturated. And as well as that, like you will just stay stuck there. And I was like, I can't, like in 20 years, right? Let's say I have a family, I have kids. Yeah. I can't work 23 hours out of my day. Like,
no. Do you know
and sleep in between that
all the time. You know, I'm thinking, am I still going to be a coach when I'm 60?
Yeah.
Do you ever think that? I deep that all the time. You know?
I deep that all the time too. And like, I always do think like about what's next for me, because I do love coaching. But like my dad always says this to me, and like my dad's like very like fucking black and white, right? And he means it from a place of heart and care, because I know that. But he's like, you need to start thinking about what you're gonna do later, because like coaching is a job for young people essentially. Do you know what I mean? Because like in all reality, like you said, you're 60, you're not going to be the best neck of your life anymore. Do you know what I mean?
But then my aunt's nearly 50 and she's in good shape, like.
And she's still coaching.
And she's still coaching full time.
But this is the thing.
So like, it's so, oh God, it's hard. I don't know, maybe, you know, maybe we could build it to, well, I would love to build it to a point where like I'm just kind of the face of the business.
Well, that's exactly
and then that means you technically aren't coaching anymore, but you still run the brand.
It's still your brand. That's exactly it. And I feel like that is what we're working towards, right? It's like why like you might be growing a team and stuff like that, because like one thing that I was really protective over is like my brand is my baby and nobody else is getting access to it, and that kept me stuck for so long. Like
it's a hard one.
This is the thing, like I was like, no, I'm the best at doing this, so I'm not gonna let anybody else do it. It took me to pipe my ego down to be like, I say you're shit at counting money, you're shit at accounts, you don't send a single email because you're a lazy bitch. Do you know what I mean? For me to actually get somebody else to do that for me to level up my business, and it took me like to literally kick my ego down and be like, you need to pipe down and think you're the best at everything.
That's fair. No, honestly though, that's so true, because I think we have to wear every hat in the business. Like we have to do our own accounts. We have to do our own systems in the background.
It's everything.
The
marketing, social media. Yeah.
Literally everything. Like, so sometimes you do just need to let somebody else in to help you a little bit. But on the same breath, like no one will ever be as invested into your own business as you are. But that's just something like that's, do you know what I mean? You wouldn't work for you wouldn't work at Lidl or something and be as passionate about working at Lidl as the owner of Lidl. Yeah. So like it's the same thing. But yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean you can't be successful.
But that's the thing, and it's like looking at it from that perspective, like hiring the right team that understand what your values are and what you stand for, and growing the team based off that, because that's the way I always think about him, like going into the future, like because for how much I work now, honestly, if I had a baby,
where would it fit?
Honestly,
where's it fitting in?
Like one of us is gonna be surviving.
That honestly though, because what you meant to do, just have the baby sat in the car seat or something, or in a cot whilst you're doing check-ins.
But that's the thing. Like I generally wouldn't have the time for that, and like I am at that age now where I have to actually think about my future, because it's not going to be an overnight fix, right? In the next 5 years, this is where I want to be with my business. So, because why do we start our own businesses? To have freedom. Yeah. This is the least freedom I've ever had in my entire life.
I know. But these are the building years. Hopefully we will have a bit more freedom in years to come. I mean, positive vibes.
It's coming.
Positive vibes.
2030, I'll be back.
2036.
I'll give you an update. I'll give you an update.
Oh my goodness, that's actually so funny. Yeah, 2036 only 10 years away, basically.
2030 is in 4 years, babe.
No, 2036.
Oh, right.
Because we're 2026 next year, so 2036. Yeah, it's 10 years.
We're in 2026 in 2 weeks. Yeah. How mad's that?
Isn't that mad? This year has been a quick year.
But a long year.
Yeah.
What do you think has been the biggest lesson for you this year?
My biggest lesson this year has probably been to learn to listen to your gut and know that if you feel like you're meant for more, you need to chase it and never settle for anything less than what you actually deserve. Because I think, just going back to sort of being from Northern Ireland, like I do think like you do get wrapped up in that sort of small town mentality.
100%, yeah.
Like you know, if anyone does any well for themselves, it's like, who do they think they are? And I just think like I've always tried to suppress wanting more, because I'm like, no, I need to, like, who do I think I am?
Yeah.
And I think this year has really allowed me to like feel like, right, okay, no, I actually do want more, and I'm going to chase more, and it's something that I have suppressed for so long. So yeah, listen to your body, listen to your mind, your gut, and also as well, you can actually do anything that you put your mind to. Like if you literally put, like if you want it, like you can achieve it. So I would say that's probably been the biggest lessons for me. What about you?
I absolutely love that. I didn't expect to be put on the spot.
Yep, see?
Oh, fucking hell. What has been the biggest lesson for me? I think for me it has been to slow down and actually be more present, because I feel like so I'm 26 now obviously, but I would say like the last 25 years of my life, bear in mind I was a baby and whatnot, but like right from my childhood I have been like wanting to grow up so quickly, and like we spoke about earlier, I've always been chasing more and more and more. Like I the first thing, like I actually didn't ended up not going to uni, but I was gonna go, but it was for that comfort. It was to fit in because that's what everybody else was doing. Do you know what I mean? And then I was constantly like chasing, like I started my own business when I was fucking 19, which is ridiculously young. Do you know what I mean?
Did you start coaching at 19?
I didn't go to uni. I took a gap year and opened my business.
Wow. That's powerful though, like go you at that
like,
age.
Don't get me wrong, like so I told everybody I'm taking a gap year. I lied to everybody, like
we called her out.
Yeah, I told everybody I'm gonna take a gap year because I genuinely didn't know what I wanted to, not that I didn't know what I wanted to do. I said I will do PT and on the side, because I never seen the belief in myself to actually make a business out of it.
Because everyone takes the piss out of PTs though too. Everyone's like, oh, that's not a real job.
What is that about?
I have no idea. But you know what?
What is that?
Everyone says sport and exercise science isn't a real degree either. Like, what the fuck are you going to do out of that? And I'm like, well, watch me now, hon. I didn't need the degree to do it, but I still have the degree behind me. I don't know what that is. It's so strange.
But that's the thing, because whenever, like, when I was in school, like, I was being, because I had got really, really good grades in school and stuff, but I found, like, not that I found school easy, but I didn't struggle in school. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I was good at maths, I was good at science, like all the smart subjects or whatever you want to call them. Yeah, all the nerdy ones I was good at. But everyone was like, oh, you should be an accountant, you need to go into law, all of these jobs. I'm like, that's I would be bored shitless.
Yeah, that's the same. So my family very much, be a teacher, it's great pension, sets you up, you get all the holidays.
Great pension, you're fucking 18.
Literally, like you get great holidays, like blah 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 blah. And like a majority of people that I know now that are teachers are like,
they're miserable.
Yeah, I'm like, thank goodness. And they barely make, like, a teacher's wage isn't great now. Yeah. Like, absolutely not, especially not in Northern Ireland. You get a lot of teachers out here actually now too.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of people coming out, especially Abu Dhabi, and teaching in school. But even here, the wages for teachers coming in are not great. No, absolutely not. But that's the thing, because I was always being pushed to things like that, and that's why, because I was gonna go to uni and do health and fitness management or something along them lines as well, right? But again, I didn't know what I wanted to do with it, so I always said I'll do my PT course on the side. So I took my year out. I done all my PT courses in like the space of a couple of months, and I just went balls deep into PTing, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me, because I feel like I felt so much pressure that like I forced myself to like get clientele and everything else really, really quickly, which I needed.
Yeah, I think that's quite a good time to get into the industry as well. Like, I think even whenever I got into it too, it was like one of the last good times to get into the industry, because it was before online sort of blew up completely. So I think,
because it was before COVID,
right? So you were like obviously smashing one-to-ones, and then when you obviously build up that reputation of like being a good coach, then it's obviously, and then you have the results behind you, then it allows you to ease into being on like an online coach a little bit better. So it's mad you were 19. Crazy.
And now when I think back, because at the time I thought I was so mature.
Why do we think that though? Like I look at 19-year-olds now, like they literally should be still on the bottle.
Honestly, literally. And I at the time,
who let me loose out of the house unsupervised at the age of 19? Like, I just do not.
No, to be fair, I would say I wasn't going out partying, I wasn't doing any of that because I couldn't. I was the girl that was up at 5 a.m. because I had to go to a gym.
Fair. So I missed out that whole era.
I missed the whole uni experience.
You never had a party girl era?
Nope.
Wow.
Well, actually, I had like my feral era when I was like 14 to 16 of that.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. Well, to be fair, I did too. And then I went to uni, and it was a double feral era. Yeah.
No, I never had my feral era, but I don't feel like I'm missing out either. You know,
no, you're definitely not. To be fair, yeah. No, I think you do it so, like, whenever you do it so young, like, you kind of just you just get over it, don't you? Don't get me wrong, I love going out for like a glass of wine or a bottle of wine with the girls. Yeah, but you couldn't be doing what you were doing
when you were younger.
Absolutely not. No way. Oh my goodness.
Like 3-day benders and you wake up and you're going again.
Oh, it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Scary. Yeah. Honestly. But yeah, so that was like because all my friends went to uni, right? And that's the thing, I had nothing else to do, so I was just working, and then, don't get me wrong, it was an absolute blessing in the end. So yeah, and then COVID hit and I was unemployed.
And it was so bad. COVID was a scary time.
You know what? COVID was, like, it was definitely scary, but I feel like it was one of the biggest blessings of my entire life. I fucking see the second lockdown, loved it. Loved it.
Do you know what? Even the first lockdown, like, I was vibing. I was drinking wine with my mum on like 3 p.m. on a Wednesday. It was great.
It was great. I missed it.
It was great.
It was like,
we were getting up, going for a walk, going to, like, she had a gym in her garage. We were going to the gym in the garage, and then we were just cracking open a bottle of wine. It was freaking great. I loved it. And then we were playing like board games, and like we were watching movies, and then we were doing a bit of work. Like, it was just
also
like
wholesome.
It was so wholesome. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I didn't like about it was, like, obviously wearing the masks and, like, not being able to travel,
not being allowed out of the house.
But now that's my idea of heaven, like, to be fair.
I love it. Would you say you're introverted or extroverted?
I think I'm an introverted extrovert.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah,
I knew you were gonna say that.
100%. People that meet me would probably assume I'm very extroverted. But I'm definitely an extrovert. I have to be in the mood to be an extrovert.
Yeah.
I love my own company, love spending time by myself, but also do crave, like, connection at times as well. Do you know what I mean? So it just really depends. My social battery, to be fair, coming back from here, like, I was literally saying to someone the other day, I was like, my social life out here has been busier than it has at home.
Yeah,
like,
ever.
I don't feel like I've had a night free, really, like, the whole time I've been here.
That's a lot.
I'm always doing something. And I think it is because, again, this is what I mean, going back to, like, making so many connections whilst I was here last time, is like, I've, like, been, like, so busy because I've been meeting people for dinner. It's like, obviously we've been for, like, we were out on Saturday, we went for dinner last Wednesday, we went like to yoga like the Thursday before, like, and it's all been sort of really similar things, but it's been so lovely. But social battery is definitely,
I can imagine though, but I feel like it's because you know you're here for a short time, right?
Yeah, because if I move, like, when I move, it'll obviously not be like that as much, because you're not in a rush to see people, because you're like, I'm not going to see you again. So yeah, I totally get that.
And because at the minute you're here, you're figuring out the routine, but you're also you're still on a holiday, right? And you're trying to enjoy yourself and meeting as many people as like you want. And you want to
know that you're coming out here and you're not going to be a loner. Like, you have friends. That's massive. Do you know what I mean? 100%. I think I definitely wouldn't be coming out here if I didn't know I had such a good support network around me, which is quite nice. But yeah, because I feel like it'd be even scarier coming out here not knowing anybody at all. Like, fair play to people that do that.
No, 100%. You need, but I feel like here, and I always speak about it, it's so easy to meet people.
So easy.
It's mental, isn't it? But that's what I mean. It is 90% expats. So everybody, if they're not in the same position, they were in the same position. So people are open to meeting new people. Whereas, like, back home, it's cliques, right? Yeah. Everybody's in their own bubbles. Everybody's got their friendship groups. It's very hard to sort of wiggle your way in there. Whereas here, you could go on a night out with one friend and end up with another. Yeah. Like, it's so normal. And I love that about here, because, as well, obviously we're in the land of opportunity, so you don't know who you're going to meet.
Yeah, literally though. You don't know who you're going to be sat next to. You don't know who you're going to be chatting to. Yeah, no, I definitely do agree with that.
That's exciting. Very exciting.
I know. I can't wait. I think it's definitely quite a scary step. I think whenever you're, like, nearly turning your whole life upside down, aren't you, to do something? Like, it's quite a big step. It's quite scary, but, like, it's a good step.
100%. And look, no risk comes without a little bit of fear. You know, and like you said, you know that itch is there. And put it this way, if you didn't care about coming out here, or you weren't worried about the changes that had to happen, you wouldn't be passionate about it. Whereas you know it is something that you want to do, and it's always going to be scary because you have your life at home, you know. But like, one thing I always say is, like, that life's always going to be there. Yeah. You know, if you come out here and you change your mind in 3 months, you can always go back. Yeah, that's so true. Don't get me wrong, sign a lease for at least 6 months, because Dubai is testing. You will probably want to leave after 3 months, so just push it out.
Oh God. Fingers crossed not, but yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think it's about, like, trialing, like, where to live, or, like, where, do you know what I mean, like, and it takes you a while to find your feet in anywhere, or like
Oh,
for it to feel like
100%.
home. I think it'll
Yeah.
probably still very much feel like a holiday whenever I first come out.
But that's the thing, like
Yeah.
whenever I officially moved out, so I did 6 months. So I came out last December, just before Christmas, and I did until summer. And I actually did a podcast episode like at the end of summer, and I was like, I don't think this is where I want to be.
No.
Like, I felt so lost, I felt so confused, and I was like, I love it here, but I don't love it here. And the reason I sort of had to like strip it back, and it was the area that I lived in. So it was around here, obviously, which is always businessmen in suits, people on the phone, everybody's in a rush, taxis, everything. And I'm not used to that. Like, growing up at home, I want my dog in the backyard, do you know what I mean? Like, and I want to see a cow up the hill. Like, you're used to that peace, and it's nobody's in a rush, and it's not chaotic and stuff like that. So I obviously left. I actually left for like 4 months over summer.
Did you?
Yeah, I left. I went home for I think 2.5, and I went then to Bali for 6 weeks. But when I was in Bali, it made me appreciate Dubai more.
Yeah,
and I was
fair.
like, I love it here, but I miss this, this, and this. So I've now moved to a new area, and I absolutely love it. Today's the first day I felt homesick since coming back.
Oh, did you feel homesick today?
Yeah, but it's only because it's Christmas.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, true. Christmas.
And one of my friends' daughter, right? So she sent me a voice note this morning. It actually nearly made me cry. So she was like, sorry, I have to voice note you this. So her daughter, they were doing a drop off to school, and her daughter was like, Mummy, I wish Aiste was the lollipop lady. And she was like, what?
That's
Why?
so random.
So random, right? And she was like, what are you talking about? Why? I said, because then I would get to see her all the time.
Oh, that is the cutest.
I could have died. Like,
do you feel like you do get homesick like quite a lot here or not, or is it just been like a few times?
I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't get homesick a lot, but I feel like I've been away from home for so long. Like, I always flew back and forth, but I haven't been home in like 3 years. You know, so I'm used to that, and I am very comfortable on my own. So, and I FaceTime my parents at least six times a day. Like, I actually have attachment issues to them. Yeah.
Stop. That's hilarious.
Me and my dad honestly speak 3 times a day.
Seriously?
And it'll not be like for 5 minutes. Like, the whole time I was getting ready to come here for 45 minutes, I was on FaceTime with my dad.
Oh, that's so. Is it FaceTime's banned out here, isn't it?
Huh?
Isn't FaceTime? You can't use FaceTime here.
VPN.
Oh yeah, fair actually, yeah. Because did I WhatsApp call my mum the other day, and it actually went through. No, it went through. I don't know how it went through,
Yeah,
but I've been out here before and it hasn't.
VPN.
So strange.
Yeah, all the like WhatsApp calls, Facebook calls, all of that block.
Mad.
Yeah, so you just need VPN. But yeah, so in terms of getting homesick, around this time, I feel like I'm feeling it. But it's more so because I'm seeing everybody posting stories of like the Christmas markets, and I'm like, my Christmas day is gonna be at a brunch, probably not even eating a Christmas dinner.
I know you probably won't be
drinking.
eating a Christmas dinner.
Do you know what I mean?
Where
Like,
is it you're going again?
Saffron.
Yeah, that'll be a vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it will be a vibe, and that's the thing. Like, I'm going with people that I love, and it's like my little Dubai family, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And like, we're trying to do wee things, like we're hosting a wee Christmas games night next Sunday and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like wee things like that, but still, like, I'm noticing it this year. But
do you usually
just
go for
one of those
Christmas?
no, I haven't. This is the thing. I haven't been home for Christmas in 4 years.
Yeah. Sometimes you just.
Last year I left Ireland on the 11th of December not to be there for Christmas, and now I'm like, I wish I was there.
I know. There is something about like having Christmas at home, but to be honest, like I probably won't be at home next Christmas if I'm out here.
I hope your mum doesn't listen to this.
I know, Mum, sorry. Please don't replace me as a daughter. Come to me though. Yeah. We'll do saffron brunch.
I'll be there too.
Literally, we'll all do it together. Yeah, definitely.
Well, anyways, we will wrap this up. So,
yes.
Do you have any final words to say to anybody?
Thank you very much for having me. And any final words? God, you've really put me on the spot there, haven't you?
If there's one bit of advice that you could give to people based off your own experience this year, what would it be?
Never settle for less than you deserve.
And we're going to leave it at that.
I will leave it at that. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Anyways,
thank you for having me.
Of course, and thank you for coming on.
And a repeat in February. Repeat.
I was like, what are we repeating?
What? Repeat of this in February.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Update, life update.
I love it. Exactly. I love it. Thank you so much for coming on.
You're so welcome.
And thank you so much, everybody, for listening. And I'll see you all next week.